Am I the asshole for watching and doing nothing to help my husband when he was extremely ill? My 27 female husband, Tim, 36 male, has a serious dairy allergy. I'm talking about an actual immune system reaction, not intolerance. His allergy is serious enough to cause acute enterocolitis, but he hasn't needed an EpiPen since he was a kid. I work full-time and also have some seasonal work this holiday season because Tim has been without work and money has been very tight. As a result, I barely get to rest. The holidays are especially hard, and I found myself getting just one day off every 2 weeks for almost 2 months straight.
Damn.
As you can imagine, that day off means the universe to me. Now, Tim loves dairy and will sometimes intentionally eat things which trigger his allergy. Lately, it's gotten out of hand, with him going from one risky meal every 4 to 6 months to every 2 or so weeks. In fact, it always seemed to coincidentally line up with my time off, and I found myself spending my one day taking care of him. Last week, I finally asked him if he was intentionally timing it to line up with my day off. I fully expected him to say no, but he admitted that he was doing it to make sure that he'd have a nurse, and so he'd have someone close by in case he had an especially adverse reaction and needed a hospital. I was livid and told him that he was selfish, robbing me of my rest. I said that if he made himself sick again, I wouldn't take care of him. I'm exhausted and I need to decompress. He didn't say much, so I thought he'd heard me. Fast forward to Friday night. I get home from work, and a few minutes in, Tim gets a pizza delivered. I ask him why when I'm making dinner, and he shrugs. I ask if a large garlic Alfredo pizza is worth the pain, and remind him that I won't be giving up my rest day again. He smirks and eats an entire slice while grinning at me. I left it at that and went back to my dinner. Predictably, he got sick, profusely vomiting, retching, and groaning from the intense cramping and diarrhea. I slept in the guest room to get away from the sound and smell. He called for me several times, and I repeatedly told him no. Hours later, he was still sick and woke me up at the crack of dawn to go get him Pedialyte and meds because he was so dehydrated and still in pain. I told him to order it in and asked him to get out and let me sleep. He was still whimpering when I eventually got up to shower and eat. Again, I did nothing to help or comfort him. By evening, he was sulking, and by morning, when I had to go to work, he was enraged. He yelled, and by the end of the day, he told our friends and family that he nearly died, and I neglected him. His family accused me of passively trying to kill him. His mom called, shouting that he could have had a life-threatening reaction due to my petty actions, and that I'm a shit wife for not minding his health. I'm starting to feel guilty because she's right, and he could have been seriously hurt. Am I the asshole?
Wow, okay. I didn't think anything was going to top that last one, but...
Off the bat, what do you think? What rating would you give?
Listen, I have definitely some sort of intolerance with dairy. I don't know exactly what it is, but when I started limiting it, it changed my life. That being said, sometimes here and there I'll have a little bit, but you have not seen me have like or actual pizza, actual cheese. Like, sure,
no, because
if it's
you don't want to go through this.
Right. And his reaction's a lot more intense than anything I would have.
Oh my God, this
I'm
is
not gonna,
bad.
I'm not going to be anywhere near that. But what the fuck? You're going to stare and grin and eat the piece of... Come on, dude.
That right there.
Like...
I don't know how she controlled herself so well, because if this would have been me in this situation and someone was like a shit grin, just basically a fuck
That's so
you.
blatant.
Go fuck yourself. The fact that she directly asked him, are you timing this for my day off? She gets a day off every 2 weeks.
What's the point? This is just weird.
He
I don't
is
even
an
know.
asshole.
No, this is weird. This is not even like asshole. This is like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I would have, like, I don't know, like I was going to say, like, I don't know how she had so much self-control because I would have smacked that pizza out of his little hand, his grimy, greasy little hands. I would have just on the floor. Like, you're going to fucking grin at me after I've confronted you? You're going to grin at me?
I just don't get why you'd put yourself through that regardless. What kind of,
Maybe he gets off on the fucking
that's
sickness.
some
Or he
psycho
gets off
shit.
on getting taken care of the next day. I don't know. Or it's just pure manipulation. I don't know.
If I accidentally have cheese on a little sandwich, I'm like, oh no, okay, fuck. Like,
Yeah, you take Lactaid for like
yeah,
trying a bite of ice cream.
but
It's
I don't
insane.
even know.
Well, maybe the comments can shed some light for you.
Please.
Not the asshole. You'd think on your only day off, he would want to spend some actual time with you and not puking and crapping all day. I hope it was a wake up call to him. Next time he eats that pizza, smiling, grab your phone and take a video to send to his mom and let her know he's going to need her assistance tomorrow.
This shit is just so weird. I don't even know.
I want to hit him. I just like, I can't. I really can't understand why he'd want to put himself through this. What an asshole.
What the fuck? Because I know that pain too. I know that
Hey,
pain.
I got some stomach issues. I got IBS. So.
Trust me, no matter how mad or whatever I wanted to do to control somebody or whatever, I don't want to fucking go through that.
Yeah. He's putting him.
That's some
But
weird shit.
Maybe he just loves dairy that much. Maybe he really loves fucking dairy.
No, because he was able to go like 6 months without a cheat meal. But even me, like, I don't do cheat meals because it's not worth it.
No, and there's also, it does depend on where you live. Like, we're very fortunate in LA. We have a lot of like vegan options or dairy-free options. There's so many
That's true.
alternatives here.
You get the fix.
You get the fix still. Like,
But then when I have actual dairy, like if I have
Yeah.
a bite of real ice cream or real cheese, it's
Yeah.
so rich.
I know, it is
Oh
good.
my God.
Next comment, not the asshole. And reading this was honestly disturbing. This man is willing to risk his own life to manipulate you into taking care of him. Is that really someone you want to be married to?
Disturbing. That's the right word.
Disturbing.
That's what I am right now.
Disturbed.
Disturbed.
Not the asshole. Remind him and his family what his actions are saying. Quote, my desire to have dairy means more to me than my wife's health and rest. And, quote, I'd rather spend the one day off my wife and I share, miserable and vomiting, than spending time with her or taking care of her for once. He needs to know how horrible this behavior is and how disrespectful it is to you and your marriage.
I mean, do you get the sense that it is really because he wants dairy that bad and he wants to make sure that someone's there to take care of him? Do you really think that's the whole picture?
I don't know. I just don't know what is wrong with his delusional little brain. Like, yeah, maybe he loves dairy that much. I mean, there's shows where people eat mothballs and are attracted to cars, like My Strange Addiction. So
Sure, but
maybe he just loves dairy that much.
wow.
But I look at this poor woman who is carrying the team. She's working nonstop. He's out of work. He's not doing anything. And then, like, he does this to her. She's doing it all. She's literally carrying the team.
How old is this guy?
36.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 14.
No, he's
Or
36 and she's 27, which
This is some child shit.
I don't know. That right there just kind of alarm bells. I'm trying to see if there's an update.
Not trying to offend 14-year-olds, but
I mean, he's acting immature. We can put it that way. Some people are suggesting self-harm or Munchausen's.
what is that?
Munchausen's is a disease where you intentionally make yourself sick to get care, medical care or attention. Someone goes, not the asshole. What would possess someone to do this to themselves? I love dairy, but fuck.
Same.
Also, if he can cry and whimper for you, then he can call an ambulance for himself if it's that bad. OP goes, honestly, I can't say anything in his defense because I don't understand it either. Cheese and ice cream are amazing, but the price he's willing to pay boggles my mind.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And someone replies back to that and goes, your husband is playing one dangerous, manipulative game here, one that can get you into serious trouble if he doesn't quit. OP, one commenter commented a suggestion of video recording your husband when he chooses to eat dairy, and you need to keep that video on file because he's telling everyone he knows that you don't care if he lives or dies. He's telling people a completely different story where you're a potentially murderous villain and his family is believing him.
How would that even be murder?
That's scary. No, it wouldn't necessarily be murder. She's not, shoving the fucking cheese down his throat, but it could be like reckless endangerment or neglect. Who fucking knows? Like listen to all the crime podcasts we just listened to on the way out, like driving home. Look at how many people like get convicted on life row for a confession,
Yeah,
but
true.
yet they have a speeding ticket in another state proving that they're actually innocent.
Yeah.
Like who fucking knows?
But I just couldn't live a life where I feel like my whole purpose is trying to prevent someone from eating dairy so they don't die.
No. I would literally it would be an ultimatum. I'm so fucking flabbergasted by this, but this would be an ultimatum for me. This is like,
Because that can't be on you.
no. And I would record him. I would get a fucking nanny cam in that house.
100%.
I would I would be just so mad. And the fact that his family got involved and he got their friends involved. No. He needs to get his shit together.
That's the manipulative shit. That
Yeah.
is the manipulative part.
Yeah, there's no update. This was posted only 6 days ago, so maybe one will be coming.
Let's hope.
But Tim deserves to get that pizza punched out of his hand.